scientist is William Crook. Now let us see his inventions. He conducted experiments using modified form of Giesler's discharge tube. Crook's tube consists of partially evacuated glass bulb with two metal electrodes, the cathode at one end and the anode at other end, that you can see in the diagram. When high voltage is applied between the cathode and anode, cathode rays, it is also known as electrons, are projected in straight lines from the cathode. See the first diagram. Applying high voltage, you cannot see anything inside the tube. This is clearly shown in the first diagram. You cannot see anything inside the tube before applying high voltage. But after applying high voltage, a green fluorescent patch is seen on right side of the tube. That indicate some rays are coming from the left side of the tube and travel in straight line. These rays are traveling towards positive electrode. This positive electrode is otherwise known as anode. So it is having negative charge. He called these rays as cathode rays and otherwise known as electrons. This figure shows the experiment conducted by William Crook using discharge tube. In this diagram, it is clearly seen fluorescent glow of cathode rays on the right side of the glass tube. Next scientist is Eugen Goldstein. Now let us see his invention. Goldstein discovered protons or positive rays, otherwise known as anode rays. He conducted experiment using perforated cathode. That means a cathode having hole. This is clearly shown in the figure. He found that positive rays are emitted from anode, that is positive electrode. These rays were named as anode rays or protons. Since these rays are traveling towards negative electrode, that is cathode, it is clear that these rays are having positive charge. So he named these positively charged rays as protons or anode rays. This figure shows the experiment conducted by Goldstein using discharge tube. In this diagram, we can see that a blue color rays are traveling from anode to cathode. These rays are called anode rays or protons, which is moving from anode to cathode. Next scientist is Wilhelm Roentgen. He discovered X-rays. He conducted experiment using Crookes discharge tube. The air in the tube was evacuated. When high voltage is applied, the tube produced a fluorescent glow. You can see that in the diagram. Then he shielded the tube with a black paper and discovered a green colored fluorescent light generated by a material located a few feet away from the tube. From this, he concluded that a new type of rays was being emitted from the tube. These rays are capable of passing through heavy paper. He also found that the new ray could pass through most substances, casting shadows of solid object. He also discovered that the ray could pass through tissue of man. So this unknown ray he named as X-ray. This figure shows the first X-ray taken by Wilhelm Roentgen. Next class we will see J. J. Thomson's atom model.